Good evening. Thank you for attending Legacy High's graduation. We're looking forward to celebrating the accomplishments of our students. A few housekeeping notes before we begin though. There are 4 exits located in the venue. 2 are to your right, and 2 are behind you through the doors that you entered through. If you are in the balcony, you will come downstairs and use the exits in the rear of the building. In case of an emergency, we ask that all attendees follow prompts shared by our KIPP Indy staff. KIPP Indy staff supporting the event can be identified by their blue lanyard and badge. Finally, this is a celebration for our students, one that is a culmination of 13 years of hard work by both our students and our families. Please ensure all words, actions, and celebrations are done in a way that fits this moment. Thank you, and welcome to Legacy High's graduation for the class of 2026.
All right, graduates, let's give it up for the class of 2026. All right, graduates, you may be seated. Good evening, and thank you for joining us as we celebrate the graduating class of 2026. Families, tonight is your celebration too. You have walked alongside these graduates through every chapter of their journey. You were there for the victories that filled your homes with pride, and you were there for the difficult moments that required patience, sacrifice, encouragement, and unwavering belief. Through every challenge, every late night, every moment of growth, you continued to show up for them. And now, tonight, we have the privilege of celebrating one of the many milestones that will shape the rest of their lives. So before we go any further, let's do this the right way. Please join me one last time in giving a loud and well-deserved round of applause for the incredible graduates of the class of 2026. And it is now my honor to introduce to you all our salutatorian, Avion Grant, and our valedictorian, Aaliyah Garrett.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Avion Grant, and I am your class of 2026 salutatorian. Please stand for the singing of the African American National Anthem, sung by Kenzie Wright.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory is won.
That was amazing singing, right? All right. Well, now, it is my honor to introduce a student who truly embodies the values that define our KIPP Indy community. At KIPP Indy, we are guided by 5 core values: commitment to community, team and family, continuous growth, leading with integrity, and high expectations for all. Today's student speaker brings these values into life in everything he does. He demonstrates a strong commitment to community whether by stepping in to support classmates, showing up for service opportunities, playing volleyball, or advocating for his community. He, as a true embodiment of team and family, he consistently demonstrated leadership by being helpful, always willing to step in, and often the first to offer support to both peers and staff, recognizing that success only mattered when it is built together. His journey reflected a strong commitment to growth, shown through his academics, self-reflection, and his determination to keep pushing forward rather than remaining in his comfort zone. Most importantly, he maintained high expectations for himself and those around him, consistently demonstrating purposeful, steady, and resilient leadership through his actions. Today, he will share his reflections, stories, and aspirations with us. Now, I have the pleasure for introducing this year's student speaker, Elfego Thomas. Elfego represents the spirit of this class in a powerful way. He brings a calm, laid-back presence paired with strong focus, creativity, and quiet determination. Whether he worked behind the scenes as a technical theater leader, helped bring productions to life, or contributed to the success of each show through his creativity, reliability, and leadership as a student body president, Elfego has been a consistent source of positivity and dedication throughout his time here. Please join me in welcoming King President Elfego Thomas.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Before I start, could we give a huge round of applause to the class of 2026? Yeah. To the administrators, staff, families, our lovely principal, Ms. House, and most importantly, the class of 2026, thanks for being here today. I'm honored to be speaking on behalf of class of 2026 today. I am grateful to have served as your 2025-2026 class president. And being here means being able to have represented this class more, and I'm nervous, y'all. Being able to have represented this class has meant more to me than I could ever imagine. Watching this class grow, overcome challenges, and make memories together has honestly been one of the greatest things to see. Now, people kept asking me what I wanted to talk about for my speech. And whenever they would ask me, I'd think of something new to say, every single time. At first, I thought maybe I'd talk about success, or growing up, or all the memories we made these last 4 years. Some people even told me I should try to make it funny. And I tried to think of something lighthearted to say, but it just didn't feel right. And for those who don't know me as anything other than student body president, or as some of y'all like to call me King Prez, I guess I was supposed to have everything figured out. But the truth is, the more I sat with this speech, the more I realized I didn't want to just talk about the easy parts of high school, because there's a lot I could stand up here and talk about tonight. I could talk about losing my older brother to aplastic anemia. I could talk about nights where thoughts felt heavier than I knew how to carry. I could talk about trying to understand the separation between my parents while also trying to figure out myself. I was even contemplating on sharing my experience traveling all the way to Ghana, Africa during my junior year. And I don't say that for sympathy, but I say it because I know I'm not the only one in this room carrying something with them. That's when I realized while writing this, every single person sitting here has been through something that shaped them. Some lost family, some struggled in silence, some showed up every day with a smile while fighting battles no one knew. And somehow, we still made it here. And that honestly says a lot about the people right here in front of me, my classmates. Because graduation isn't just about finishing school, it's about everything it took to get to this moment. The stress, the doubt, the pressure, the setbacks, and the days where just showing up felt like the hardest thing possible. Thank you. There were even moments when we didn't feel like ourselves, moments we wanted to quit, moments we didn't think we'd make it through, but we did. And I think that's what defines the class more than anything else. When we first walked into this school, most of us were just kids trying to figure life out. Somewhere between freshman year and today, life started changing us. Through classes, sports, performances, friendships, arguments, wins and losses, and everything in between. We grew into people we probably didn't recognize at the start. And I want to take a moment to recognize someone who will be here graduating with us, Brandon Easley. As we continue, we carry that with us, we carry him with us. And even though he isn't here physically, his presence is still felt. His memory is still part of this class, and I think times like this remind us not to take time or people for granted. Because nothing in life is guaranteed, and every moment matters more than we realize. Now, we're all about to walk into completely different lives. Some of us are going to college, some are going into the workforce, some are still trying to figure things out, and honestly, that's okay. But what we do have is everything we've been through that prepared us for what comes next. Years from now, we probably won't remember every assignment or every single test, but we'll remember moments, the people, the laughter, the late nights, the energy in the halls during the good days, the friendships that somehow became family. And one day we'll look back and realize this place didn't just give us an education. It gave us resilience, it gave us memories, and it gave us proof that we can survive things we once thought would break us. So to the class of 2026, be proud of yourself, not just for graduating, but for everything it took to get here. Be proud of the battles nobody saw. Be proud that even through everything, you kept going. Now, before I take my seat, I'd like to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite artists, Rodarius Marcel Green. You gotta shoot for the stars, reach for the sky. You can't be stuck on the past when your future is bright. You gotta patch up your pain and live your life. Can't let it bring you down, don't let it pass you by. I say this because it's true. The truth is that all of us sitting here today are proof that even after loss, pressure, doubt, and pain, we still move forward, and will continue to do so. Now, with everything being said, congratulations, class of 2026, El Fago Thomas, #King President, is officially signing out. And can I get one huge round of applause again? Now, I would like to introduce my two friends, the valedictorian and salutatorian, Avion Grant and Aaliyah Garrett.
Y'all get to see me again, I'm sorry. Good evening, KIPP faculty, families, friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Avion Grant.
And I'm Aaliyah Garrett. Thank you. We are honored to stand before you today as valedictorian and
Salutatorian.
representing the class of 2026. It is a privilege to speak for a class that has accomplished so much, from showing up every day, pushing through exams, and advocating at the State House for our classmates and for those whose voices often go unheard, to balancing responsibilities both inside and outside of school, working jobs, and trying to figure out who we want to be after high school. All of those moments, big and small, brought us to this point. And now, after years of showing up,
pushing through, and growing, we are finally here.
Not just at the end, but at the beginning. We've all taken different paths to get here, but somehow we grew through the same challenges. Remember freshman year? Y'all remember? When we first got through the doors of Legacy, schedules in hand, not knowing where any of our classes were? How could we forget when we went to Kings Island as an end of the year trip, which was a great and weird surprise? You think?
In sophomore year, many of us began to truly settle in. We started finding our people, learning how high school really works, and building the routines that shaped our everyday lives. I still remember those Fridays when we would play rock, paper, scissors, shoot, competing to collect the most B's. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I always lost my B's after the second round, but that's okay, because it became something that we all looked forward to. It turned ordinary Fridays into something fun, something competitive, and something that brought us together.
To 11th grade troubles. Ooh, 11th grade. Boy. A lot of us had trouble with our personal lives and grades, and overall struggled to maintain a level-headed mindset in and outside of school. Man. While 11th grade had its troubles, it also has upsides. Some of us found true passions and talents. Although the SAT stressed us out, we had an increase in scores. Some of us found our voices and dove into leadership. 11th grade was probably the life changer for many of us in this room today, graduates and attendees.
Oh, I was looking at that. I'm sorry. And then senior year arrived. Everything started to feel real in a different way. Between college applications, final deadlines, scholarships, and the constant struggle of trying not to fall into senioritis, we began realizing just how close we were to the end of this chapter. One of the most unforgettable parts of the senior year was our trip to New York. Walking through the city together, exploring places we didn't even expect to go, even beyond the itinerary. Thank you, Ms. Leeper. Thank you, Ms. Robertson. We experienced many things that many of us had never seen before, and it made the trip feel like more than just a school trip. It became a reminder of how much we've grown over these past 4 years, and a memory that many of us will carry long after graduation. And somewhere along the way, we didn't just grow individually. We grew as a class. We learned how to look past disagreements, misunderstandings, and the small moments of bickering that once felt so important. Over time, the same people we argue with became the same people we laugh with during long bus rides, competed with during school events, and made memories that we'll never, and made memories that we'll carry long after graduation. We learned how to give each other grace, how to push through difficult moments, and how to be there for one another, even when life outside of school became overwhelming. And that's what makes this moment more than just receiving a diploma. It's proof of resilience, growth, adaptability, and the bonds we built over these past 4 years.
One thing this journey has taught us more than anything is that time waits for nobody. High school felt like a quick breeze, and with a blink of an eye, now we're here. Moments away from receiving our diplomas. The journey has showed us that every opportunity, every moment, every decision matters more than we realize in the moment. So instead of not learning from mistakes, we made it imperative to stay on task and stay on top of what matters most. So as we step into this next chapter, we move with purpose. We stay focused on where we're going, not just where we've been. And through it all, we weren't alone. I personally want to thank my wonderful family, my wonderful girlfriend, KT, and my friends. And my friends that I couldn't have done it without Dazzlin, Prince, Stephen, and a plethora of others. Thank y'all for being here for me when it mattered the most. Thank you for believing in me and what I could accomplish. Thank you for all the funny, emotional, embarrassing, and overall fulfilling moments in my life. You guys are my everything, and I couldn't have done it without y'all.
And I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my auntie Christine, my grandparents, my sisters and brothers, my cousin, my boyfriend Tayshawn, my friends. Special shout out to Fago, Aaliyah, and Mayana. Thank you for your constant support, encouragement, patience, and belief in me throughout these past 4 years. There were moments where the pressure felt overwhelming, but your guidance and presence helped me continue pushing forward, and I will always be grateful for that. And we would also like to give a special thank you to the teachers and staff who
helped us shape our high school experience. Dr.
I think that.
Staff like Dr. Sharp,
Uncle Pat,
Ms. Robertson,
both Mr. and Miss Miller,
Ms. House,
Mrs. Owens,
Ms. Harris,
Miss Bibbs,
and the Mr. Allens.
you forgot Mr. Torres,
And Mr. T, too.
and Mr. Anderson.
On behalf of the class of 2026, we would also like to thank our teachers, our peers, our administrators, families, community partners, and KIPP Forward. Thank you for not only just investing your time, energy, and care into our growth, not only just as students, but as people. Thank you for believing in our potential, holding us accountable, supporting us through difficult moments, and giving us opportunities to succeed both inside and outside of the classroom. None of us reached this moment alone, and we will carry these lessons and support you've given us long after today.
As we close, we leave you with these words from Melissa Kruger. Whatever you do, wherever you go, I pray that you love Jesus with all your heart. Whatever you do, that is the right place to start.
Class of 2026, we made it through every challenge, every season, every change. Through every tragedy, every adversity, and every obstacle, we've shown perseverance and grit. That landed us here.
We are proud of how far we've come.
And
even more excited for what's ahead. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you so much, Avian and Aaliyah. Let's give them one more round of applause. Our students work very hard throughout their 4 years in high school, and we have several students who are graduating with honors and Latin honors. Honors and Latin honors encompass 4 distinct levels of academic achievement on a student's graduation. Graduating with honors means a student earned a cumulative GPA of 3.0 to 3.499. The 3 levels of Latin honors include cum laude as the first level of honors, magna cum laude as the next level of honors, and summa cum laude as the highest level of honors. Roughly translated, cum laude in each phrase means with distinction. Magna, meaning great, adds to the term cum laude and loosely translates to with great distinction. and summa cum laude can be translated to with highest distinction. KIPP senior scholars are wearing honors cords delineated by colors to represent these 4 levels of distinction. Will all scholars wearing a royal blue and white cord representing their achievement of earning a 3.0 to 3.49 GPA and graduating with honors, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Will all scholars wearing a white cord representing their achievement of earning a 3.5 to 3.69 GPA and graduating cum laude, please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all KIPP scholars wearing a Navy cord representing their achievement of earning a 3.7 to 3.9 GPA and graduating magna cum laude, please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all KIPP scholars wearing a light blue cord representing their achievement of earning a 4.0 or higher and graduating summa cum laude, please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Next, we would like to welcome our school leader, Ms. Nikita House.
Class of 2026. While your names are printed on the diplomas, none of us arrive at this moment alone. Behind every graduate is a family member who sacrificed something so you could succeed. A parent who worked long hours and asked about your day. A grandparent who prayed for you every single morning. A sibling who encouraged you when you wanted to quit. An aunt, an uncle, and guardian, a coach, a mentor, or a loved one who believed in you before you fully could believe in yourself. Some families supported from the front row, others supported quietly behind the scenes. Some gave advice every day, others simply gave love, stability, and a reason to keep going. However, they showed up and their impact matters. To the families here tonight, thank you. Thank you for the rides to school, practices, performances, and to the events. Thank you for the late night talks, the early mornings, the patience, the discipline, the hard conversations and accountability alongside staff. Thank you for continuing to show up even when the journey was difficult. Graduates, there were moments when you were tired, moments when assignments piled up, friendships changed, pressures grew, and the future felt uncertain. But through it all, many of you had someone to remind you to keep going. Someone reminded you that your story was not finished. And for those graduates whose families could not be here tonight, or for those carrying the weight of loss, know this: your perseverance honors the people who helped shape you. Their love and influence are still part of your journey. One of the greatest things you can do moving forward is to carry that gratitude with you. Call home, say thank you more often, recognize the people who invested in you, and one day be that same source of encouragement for someone else. Seniors, please give your families a round of applause. All right, shifting the focus to the class of 2026. Tonight we gather to celebrate a milestone that represents years of hard work, perseverance, growth, and determination. To the graduating class of 2026, congratulations. We are incredibly proud of you. We have had the privilege of watching you grow, not only as students, but as people. Tonight is not about your accomplishments and about every bit of moment that you've earned along the way. This is also about the academics that you've achieved athletically, artistically, and personally. You have led organizations, served your community, supported one another, and created memories that will last a lifetime. Many of you discovered talents you didn't even know you had. Many of you overcame obstacles you thought were once impossible to overcome. And through it all, you kept moving forward. But what makes this class especially remarkable is not simply what you achieved, it's what you endured. This journey was not without hardship. As a class, you've experienced moments of tragedy, heartbreak, and loss. There were times when the weight of grief and uncertainty could have caused you to give up or pull apart. Yet, instead, you all came together. You supported one another, you showed compassion, strength, courage, and in moments when it mattered the most. Resilience is often talked about to the ability to bounce back. But what I think you have shown is even greater. You did not simply bounce back, you grew through what you experienced. You learned how to carry pain while still pursuing purpose. You learned how to keep showing up for yourselves and for each other. You learned that strength is not pretending that everything is okay. Strength is continuing to move forward even when life becomes difficult. That growth is something no transcript, GPA, or diploma can fully capture. And I hope you recognize how much you've changed day to day walking throughout our building. You are more confident, you are more self-aware, more prepared for life than what you realize. The lessons you've learned extend far more beyond the classrooms and assignments. You have learned perseverance, you have learned empathy, you have learned the importance of community and the power of supporting one another. As you leave here tonight and begin your next chapter, we want you to remember this. Your success will solely not be defined by titles, money, or achievements. It will be defined by the kind of person you choose to be. Continue to lead with character. Continue to care for people. Continue to rise after setbacks. And most importantly, never underestimate the impact you will have on one another. Class of 2026, there's so much ahead of you, and while we are proud of what you accomplish here, we are even more excited for the legacy you will continue to create. Let's give a round of applause for the class of 2026.
Y'all ready? For our amazing seniors, please present yourself on stage when I call you forward. For our families and guests in attendance, we love your excitement and pride. Please keep your celebrations brief so that all graduates may hear their name called. I would now like to bring to the stage the KIPP Indy Legacy High graduating class of 2026. Aaliyah Lachey Garrett. Avion Grant. Elfego Montez Thomas, Jr. Nadia Ayana Abdullah. Amir Anderson. Yair Brian Ariaga Mares. Kenesha Avant. Stephen Barnett. Nathaniel Hawthorne Bell. Silly. You doing that? Ethan Kachadi. Damarion Calvert. Vanessa Castaneda Regalado. Novin Castro Molina. Mario Claiborne. Azario Clemens Lacey. Kamaya Tanae Cummings. Prince Rome Xavier Davis. Daslin Melody De La Rosa Jasmine. Kamaya Diaz. Garen Dean Dickerson. Don't look so excited. Denise Dodd. Diamond Durham. Keon Edwards. Nayeli Eli. Myron Ewells. Tayshawn Lamar Fenderson. Aaliyah Florimond. Jefferson Alexander Flores Davila. Zion Green. Junior Guerra. Jade Lacole Harrell. Jamil Pierre Harris. Zyron Cordell Hayes. Tahir Mikael Hemphill. Fabricio Isai Hernandez. Quintino Holmes. Samiri James. Brenija Renee Johnson. Josiah Jaquel Johnson. Christina Jones. Marie Jones. Tylene Keller. Eden Mason Kenneth. Jeremiah Maurice Kimes. DeVay W. Latouche. Alison Lopez Perez. Nicholas Mapp. Trayvon Mapp. Nathan D. Marshall. Hedrick Dominic Martinez. Brisa Mazaba Solo. Mila Grace Janae McCullough. Gianni Denise McIntosh. Jimmy Josue Mejia. Marcel Laron Milbrooks Jr. Adrian Montgomery. Naylene Montufar Rodriguez. Ethan Owens. Ricardo Pimentel Martinez. Marquise Posley Arnett. Maria Redondo Barrera. Diamond Renee Reed. Eric Robinson. Jared Isaac Robinson. Shalon Antoine Artis Robinson II. Mayana Lene Marie Rollins. David Rudolph. Kendall Rush. Paul Rush. Jennifer Nicole Sanchez Angel. Jaden Lamont Sanders. Zion Lee Shelton. Denasia Smith. Francisco Solis. Eric Spells. Rayana Rane Taylor. Michael R. Tracy III. Yulante Turner. Diane Huase. Demaya Charlene Sherelle Renee Warren. Jamari Darrell Williams. Katajiana Williams. Stefan Dion Woodley. Finally, although Brandon and DeAndre are not here to receive this in person, we honor their hard work, passion, and commitment to their education. These in memoriam diplomas serve as a testament to their enduring spirit and lasting impact on our community. We proudly recognize the following students as members of the class of 2026. Brandon Joshua Gray Easley. And DeAndre Christopher Hart. We hope this brings some comfort to the family and serves as a lasting tribute to a life well lived. And before I have Ms. House close out the ceremony, I want to urge you all, embrace your challenges with resilience, learn from your mistakes and moments of failure, find gratitude in the little moments, and never be afraid to ask for help. Thank you for being an amazing graduating class, and congratulations. And now, Trayvon Mapp will lead us in our affirmations.
Now that we all have received our diplomas, you know it wouldn't be right if we didn't end it off with our affirmation one last time. So if you could all repeat after me when I say it. Are y'all ready? All right, here we go. I am somebody. I was somebody when I came here. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I got here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. I will always be a legacy leader. Into the class of 2026, we did it. Congratulations!
All right. Now the moment we've been waiting for that seals the deal. The tradition of moving your tassel from the right to the left signifies you completing and earning your high school diploma as you transition from a student to a graduate. Seniors, at this time, please stand. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Parents, loved ones, faculty, and staff, we present to you the class of 2026. Graduates, you may exit. Families and friends, all graduates are currently grabbing their belongings and diplomas. I'll say it again. Families, if you could wait as the Graduates exit, your graduate will grab their diploma and their belongings and meet you outside of the theater. Thank you all and have a good evening.